What's up, my fellow writing addicts? I'm Marissa.
And I'm Haley.
And today we're going to talk about our favorite book tropes.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
I'm excited. I love book tropes.
This is one of our discussions that we did when we did the podcast, Authors in Training. But, we decided to look through it again, rethink about our favorites, and then narrow it down to 5 each. And now we're going to discuss it. And let's just get on with it. Marissa, what is your first one?
My first one is...
Not in any order, by the way.
Yeah, this isn't like a number 5, because I can't rank them for my life. But the first one that I do adore is the ending is serious and leaves you an emotional mess. I just love it when a trope doesn't have the cliched happy ending that's sugar cut. Like Hunger Games doesn't have the typical everything's fine and the protagonist will go out and be not an emotional wreck or have any scars from this.
That is true. The bittersweet ending.
Yeah, I love it when it's real, essentially.
It really sticks with you. Like the ending of Mockingjay, that stuck with me even now. Like
right?
I'm a person that, as you know, and if you don't know, you will know,
hey.
that for some reason, no matter how much I like or dislike something, whether I remember what the fuck happens in the book is a toss-up. It's a coin flip. So it's very rare for me to actually remember. Like if I'm going to remember, it has to hit me hard.
Yeah, right in the feels.
And that ending, that I remember, and I always will.
Yeah, plus the ending is so important. You have to stick it. So that's why if it does leave me emotional mess, A+.
My first one is, okay, this one is one that is so common, it's basically cliche, but I am a sucker. It's my guilty pleasure. It's the asshole who secretly has a heart of gold.
That's mine too. I get just so soft, but it's oh, he's got a hard exterior, but then he's soft for the little one. It's oh, I can't.
I know, right? They make really good protagonists. Okay, my 2 favorite characters. They're not people. They're not real. 2 favorite characters that fit that is Jace from City of Bones, Mortal Instruments series, and Will from the Infernal Devices series. And the main reason is it's that she writes them well.
Yeah.
The problem with asshole with a heart of gold is that sometimes writers make the asshole too much of an asshole. So when it gets to the heart of gold, it's and they also don't give a good reason.
I was gonna say, the reason has to be, solid.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's just, okay, they have a heart of gold, but they're also an asshole. It's not, a front.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do Jace because his is less of a spoiler than Will's.
That's true.
Yeah, with Jace, the reason he's kind of an asshole is because of how he grew up, and the person that raised him was very abusive and basically taught him not to care about people and not to love. But he's never been so bad that, it's how could you like this guy? He's the asshole that you like.
Yeah, not only that, but he also grows over the season. He doesn't stay an asshole, which is
that's the most important part.
Key, especially with that one. Oh my god.
Yep.
All right, so my next favorite one is when a villain crushes one of the main characters. And I don't mean has a crush on, I mean no, murders one of the main characters. I don't know why I love this so much, even though it leaves me emotional wreck. I just love it. So Game of Thrones is my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Where no one is safe. Because I always hated that. There's no stakes if the main characters have this shield around them. What's fun in that? So I'm no. I always love it when a villain, especially if it's a surprise, just kills the main character and you're oh, no one is safe.
Those are the biggest plot twists. And I like knowing no character is safe.
I love it.
That adds a lot of suspense. By the way, if you hear jingling, that's her cat. Yeah. She got a new cat.
My kitten's running around. Apologies.
My next favorite, one of my favorite tropes is the dysfunctional family. I kind of hate just a normal ass family because what's the fun in that? And let's be real. How many families are actually functional?
I'll wait.
There's always that one problem with the family, whether it's divorce or problems between a brother and sister or the kids can't quite relate with the parents. So many
There's
ways.
so many.
From like small to big.
Yeah, and like it doesn't have to be like a super dysfunctional family, but there's always something. I mean, heck, growing up, like there's always I love the same. There's always one screw up in the family. Well, my mom's side, they're all like screw ups. I don't know if they see this. So they like caused a lot of stress in the family. So my family, for the most part, was functional. That dysfunction caused us to have some dysfunction. So play around with your dysfunctional family.
Yeah, and it makes it more real and like it's more relatable that way.
It really is.
And it adds great drama. Like dysfunctional family can fit literally in any drama and just add it to make it better.
Personality, like, I'm this way because I had to deal with this growing up. And again, both negative and positive.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's so much to it. So my next one, and I'm going to explain this, is the protagonist learns to feel.
Like, I already know what you mean, but that's because we have one mind.
Literally same way as you connect the dots.
I connected them.
Anyway, essentially, I love it where protagonists start out very cold and distant, like to the world or to other people, and slowly over time they learn to connect and they learn to feel, because just from my personal past, where I was numb for a good chunk of my years, it took me a while to learn how to do that. So I always love characters that slowly kind of reconnect with the world, and I wish I had a really good example of it, and I just can't think of one.
I guess you could count Geralt from The Witcher.
Yeah. I count him from what I've seen. I haven't seen that much, but it seems like that kind of outcast who finds his way.
Or if you played The Last of Us, Joel.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But it's a cup of tea.
My next one. If I were to put this on the list, it'd probably be like number 4. It's action sequence banter. The only reason it's number 4 is because it's rare to find some good ones.
So it's so rare. I mean, the best example is just go
Princess Bride.
Just go watch it.
Yes,
fantastic. A+. Oh, I love it. If I find good banter, I'm just like,
it makes any action sequence
so mind-blowingly better.
I don't even have anything else to say about it. It's just write the banter.
What kills me though is some people try to squish in the banter in sequences that don't fit.
Yeah.
It's a super serious moment. It's not really been a comedy, and it's only just banter, and you're like, what is this?
Yeah, it's you have to. It has to be lighthearted.
Yeah. Again, Princess Bride. Fantastic. So, oh god, we're going to my number 4. If I had to rank these, I think this would be my number 5, because it's definitely a guilty pleasure that no one does right, but when it is, I'm just fawning. And this is gonna sound so bad. I like the possessive, significant other. Typically it's a boy, and I don't know why I love this so much, but it's weird. I just love it. But it's not the asshole who tries to control you. It's more
it's not Christian Grey.
It's not Christian Grey. Or it's more if you ever read foreign fanfics, pair him with anyone, they typically cast him as the shy guy who doesn't really know how to talk about his feelings, so he just comes up kind of angry, and but he also doesn't want his person. He gets kind of mad if they get close to anyone because he's just emotionally constipated. He's not actually an asshole though, and that's why I'm it's a guilty pleasure, because it has to hit my personal likes. But most media, they're just controlling, possessive, and they're just assholes, so it makes me sad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite on the possessive side. I'm more on the overprotective side.
Ooh, yeah, overprotective's cute too. But okay, it's fun. They tend to go hand in hand.
Yeah.
That's why it's where you draw the line, but
mine, this one would be my number 5, but it's a pretty good number 5. Dragons.
Oh, I love dragons.
Put in dragons. Okay, you know what? Actually, okay. I'm gonna have to tie dragons with zombies, because I love both.
I hate zombies.
She absolutely does. Yes, we're the complete opposite when it comes to that.
Hate zombies.
It's the funniest thing, because Marissa has no problem with gore, no problem with death and stuff. I don't know.
The second it's a zombie doing it, I am this squeamish thing alive, and it's what about this freaks me out? I don't know.
That's how you know you have an effective monster. But dragons, though. Dragons are just awesome.
I mean, yeah. I mean, okay, we love dragons so much that we're planning to do like this author debate, which eventually you guys will see for like best mythical creature, and we had to ban dragons because we were both clawing for it because dragons just went automatically.
We know that dragons is the best. We both would pick it if we could.
No contest. So it's banned. That'll be fun to put out later.
Fine, right?
All right, so my last one, and kind of going actually very well with dragons, because it's less of like a trope and more just like if it's in there, I'm a sucker for it. I absolutely adore demons and angels. Like, oh, I'm a sucker for it. I mean, it makes sense that I love the Moral Instruments so much. It is basically angels and demons with a little bit of humans mixed in. I mean, there's other shit, but that's what I was going for. I can't help myself. The second it's like, there's a demon in it, I'm like, give it to me. Good, bad, I don't know why, I will consume it.
My favorite version of Demons and Angels is Good Omens, as you know, is like currently my favorite book.
Love Good Omens.
Yeah, but I don't really have much to say. It's like, it's hit or miss for me.
See, that's what Sirens, like, I won't read every Simon or Mermaid book. I get super picky because like I want it to be good. And, sorry, did it just get lighter in here for you?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck that was. Anyway, sorry.
Just send it.
I know. But, like, I am dead set every time. Like, the worst book I think I've ever read was Demons and Angels.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stop reading it. I read it to the end. I didn't do the series, though. I had to opt out there.
My last one, which I think might actually be, okay, I don't know if this is number one. It's definitely in top 3.
Yeah.
It's different than what I wrote down, Marissa, actually. Because,
really?
Okay, because I looked at it, and then I realized there's one thing that I like more than that.
Ooh, so even I don't know.
It's found family. Actually, no, that's number 1 for me. I'm a sucker for anything that involves found family. I don't know what it is. I guess it's like, I'm tired of the whole, like, family is number 1. Like, we're related in blood, which means we have to like each other. We have to be together.
We have to do all this, we have to, like, kill the dragon and fight the family, bring back the family honor. And I'm like, oh my God, fuck that shit.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, no, I like the found family because that's more touching because that's, like, you choose to be family.
Yeah.
If you're a found family, it means that you have like a really good connection.
Yeah.
And I think it's an important thing because some people have, it actually goes really well with dysfunctional family because some people have siblings that are bad for them or parents that are abusive or whatever.
Or toxic to whatever degree.
And so I know that, like, some people, if you were to ask them, like, oh, do you hate them or why do you stick with them? It's like, because they're family. And it's like, no, blood doesn't really mean anything to me, honestly. The only thing it is pertinent to is genetics and biology, and that's it.
With my family, I have fought with them like toe to toe on this, but they're like, you have to do this because they're family. You have to do that because they're family. Like even small things like you have to give that person a hug. I'm not a hugger person, like per se, especially if I don't really know you very well. I don't really hug Haley that much, and she's my best friend for like context. And I will say, I don't care that they're family. I'm not going to let them state my personal boundaries as a person, who had PTSD for the longest time growing up and nearly have a panic attack just because they want a hug. They can deal. But yeah, I'm tired of that argument.
Yep, and those are our top 5 each. So I guess in a weird way, it's almost like
our top 10,
but yeah, top 5 favorite book tropes. Yeah. I'm curious, how many of these do you guys agree with? And what are your favorite book tropes? Because I guarantee you're going to put something or be like, oh, we didn't even think about that.
Right?
Yep. So tell us in the comments below and check out our Twitter at Writing Addicts, wherever it shows up on the screen, because I don't remember.
It's never where your hands are, and it's not even me being mean. It's just never where your hands are.
Look, if I just put it anywhere, eventually it will show up. Or you can do it on Facebook at facebook.com/writingaddicts.
And please make sure to hit that like button, the subscription button, and hit the notification bell so you know when we actually put out another episode. And we will see you next time.
Bye!